What up, League? Hey, figured I'd just do a video so that way you don't send me 20 text messages of how this is going to work. So I'm going to try and explain it the best I can. First and foremost, welcome to a new season. Um, so, couple things. Why there's such a rush on some of the players and stuff like that. Um, Here's where I'm at. So, first and foremost, I want to apologize. So, looking back, looking at guys, new people, retainment, keeping new people. I think the last new person we kept was Ryan. Um, I don't know if that's my fault, their fault, the league's fault. I'm sure we can all take a little bit of blame of something, probably mostly me. Um, so I kind of wanted to focus on this year, really honing in on new people, really giving it the best experience that they could possibly have, as well as retain veterans. Unfortunately, Justin moving, kind of threw a wrench in it, so I kind of had to go through hyperdrive to figure out how are we going to have a good auction with 3 new teams. Whether that's from past mistakes, I know everyone can look at, my roster or other rosters, where some people are a little bit more loaded than others. I'm planning on fixing some of that, so bear with me. But anyways, what I need right now, basically, and this is why I've been bugging you guys so much, and Nick, I'm sorry, you said you have a headache from all this. There's a purpose for it. It's not that I'm just got a wildfire up my ass and, I'm bored. It really is because I'm trying to get some stuff done because the new people are like, hey, so what's the roster going to look like? And if I don't have something that's decent or I don't have something that's somewhat complete, it's going to kind of look like shit on our part. As well as retain your guys' hard work over the past couple of years because you guys have created dynasties. You guys have put in hard work on keeping people and multi-year contracts and price adjustments and things like that. So I also want to reward you guys as well. So long story short, here's what my plan and idea is, and I'm trying to do this before Super Bowl-ish. I want to make the auction list very juicy. We talked a lot about this, was it last week? I've sent kind of a mock projected list of what the auction draft might look like. And I mean, decent. Yeah. Like, I kind of like it. But I want to like it more. I also want to give you guys a way to be compensated properly as well. So I know at least one person doesn't like this idea, but it seemed like the majority of everyone, the only way to get this done is to offer some kind of compensation. So I have to go with what the people want. So here's what we're going to do. I took a lot of ideas. I'm actually still planning on using some of the ideas, just not for exactly this. So the point is I did reach out and I said we're going to get 1 offensive keeper, 1 defensive keeper. We still have that as a choice. What I'm offering is, or asking, if I offer 40% of the compensation of your offensive keeper and or defensive keeper back to you in salary, where then you could put it into somebody else that might be expensive on your team for you to not keep so said offensive keeper or defensive keeper. It's an offer, so you can either go on track, keep your offense, keep your defense, do what you want to do, but I at least want to offer, if you decide to drop or basically not have a keeper, you will get 40% of that player's compensation back to you to put on another player. So just, for example, if your offensive keeper was 10 million, well, half of that's 5, so it'd be like 4. You get 4 million back to just drop the guy, and that 4 million can go on a higher salaried player that you have on your team. That works as well for defense as well. And you could choose either or. You can keep on offense and just drop your defense. You can keep both. You can, whatever you want to do. It'll still be your choice. I'm just trying to push towards not as many keepers. As well as any 2-year contract, I'm going to compensate you free of charge to drop. You will get 20% back of any player that has a multi-year contract to drop. You'll get 20% off of his contract to as well put on another player, if you so choose. You could also take that multi-year contract, that 1 year, and you can put it on another player of your choosing to make it a 3 if you choose. I hope that made sense. I think anybody who's under like 10 mil, 9 mil, 8 mil or something like that, because 40%, everybody will just get, I think it's like 4 mil. So if it's under 10 mil, just plan on, you would get 4 million back. Whether it's, no. I think it's anyone under like 5 mil, you'll get like 3 back. Let's do it that. That makes more sense. That's not 100%, but just kind of giving the idea. It'll just be like a straight 3 million if it's under 5 million or something like that. I'm wanting to kind of have this kind of best I can, somewhat complete before Super Bowl, because that's what everybody's wanting to come over. James, thank you for like literally rushing that right in. You didn't have to. It just made my job much easier. Thank you for making it easy. I know a couple of you still are thinking. Ben, I know you take God's green earth forever to think about your choices. If you were wanting to keep anyone, not keep anybody, drop any 2-year contracts. Ryan, Scott, all you guys. I've talked to most of you, was it last Sunday, about this idea. With it, I have some other stuff that I do want to fix from the past, like rules that will probably come up so we don't run into this situation again. I hope we're not replacing 3 teams next year, but if so, we don't run into this situation again. Possibility of having rules to where you're limited to a certain amount of contracts, or you're limited to a certain amount of people you have on your roster at the end of the year. Things like that. I've been floating around. I've been thinking about. I do, honestly, I want to keep it Dynasty, and Dynasty you keep everyone. But as you can see, we can't do that. So maybe a fair compromise would be like half, cut it in half, so that way we're still having Dynasty, we still have a redraft. Max you can keep, including keepers, would be half, something like that. That's just ideas I'm floating around. I apologize for this long video, but I was trying to explain it best I can. So again, recap. To not have a keeper, you get 40% back of that contract. To drop a multi-year contract, he just goes basically in the auction. You get 20% back of that, and you can move a year into a 3-year if you so choose. Thanks for getting back to me so quickly, guys. If you guys kind of like know your choices, or let's just say, for example, you're stuck on one guy of, I don't know if I want to keep him or get rid of him, but everybody else you can get rid of, that would be great and very helpful for me. If, again, it's not a requirement, it's just a favor. So if you're down to 1 or 2 guys, awesome. If there's more people I can get rid of that are on your roster, please get back with me. Like I said, James did right away. It was real easy for him, and we explained everything, and we were good to go. I know that, so anyway, yeah. All right. Sorry for blabbing. Sorry, guys. All right. Peace. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, bye.